Now we are going to build an add to basket functionality. Suppose here we are going to, whenever we click on this add to cart, you can see the basket counts change. Basket counts change. So now we have to work on it. So for that, here we are going to use first, there are two ways to do these things, by passing the props or React Context API. So first of all, why we have to use React Context API? Because React Context API is very useful against passing the props. Why? So first of all, we have to approach these things using passing the props, means by passing data through props. So for that, here in app.js, on the top of the tree of our app, we have to declare a basket state. So just type basket. Wait a second, spelling mistake, and then set a basket equals to use state, and then empty array. Because we have to store different products in this basket. Now we have to pass this basket to home component. So just type a basket and then just type basket. Basket is equals to basket. We pass this basket to the home component. Now we have to pass this setter function also. Then simply just type set or set basket and close it and save it. Now we pass this basket functionality or basket's whole basket state to this home component. Now we have to import these props in this home component using array destruction. Like this, just type curly braces, and inside that just type basket and set basket. That's it, guys. We imported these all props. Now again we have to pass these props to card component like this. Okay, we pass it to the whole basket. That's it, and delete this remaining cards and save it. Okay, we pass these card functions or basket state to all the card. Now we have to import that basket and setter function and set basket. Now we done finally. Now we have to make this card, as you can know, this card component is hard coded. Now we have to make this card customizable. Suppose if you want to change the image, then you have to type the image link in this card component. Okay, so for that we have to pass different data like image, title name, price of that particular product to this card component like this as a prop. So just type image equals to suppose we want some images, take it this image only. So just go to card and copy this image link and just go to home page, home component, and then paste it. Okay, wait a second, as a string. So just, and save it. Now we pass that image. Similarly, we want a price. So just type price and type anything, any price you want. So type 2500. Rating, I want 3 rating, 3-star rating, then type 3. And then last title, just type echo dot and save it. Okay, as a string. Okay, as a string and save it. Okay, now we have to use these props in this card component like this. Just import that props here, like type image, title, price, and rating, and save it. Now simply go to this image URL source and just type image and save it. As you can see, other images are now gone, and one image only appears. Now similarly, go to title and just type title and save it, and then you can see there is only echo dot appears. Now go to this rating, default value go must be rating, and then just type rating. Okay, and then just go to price, sorry, not just go to price and type price in a parenthesis and save it. As you can see, the price appear. Again refresh, and you can see the ratings also changed to 3-star and the price is also changed to 3-star. Now we have to make these things to every image or every component. So just copy this and paste it to each and every card and save it. Now you can use any different images, like if that's this image, just go and copy image address. Now go to here, just change it here and save it, and you can see the image change. If you want to change the name, just go to here and just type it here. If you want to change price 3499, save it. That's it guys, this is the thing. 3-star, echo dot, image link, everything is appear now perfectly, and now you can customize each and everything. Like if you want 4.3.4.5 rating to the second product, then just refresh it and you can see the ratings increase. If you want to change the price, just type change it and save it. You can see the price change. Now everything is customizable here. Wait a second. So everything is customizable here. Now we have to make this basket count workable. So whenever we click on this add to cart button, the basket counts change. So for that we have to declare a new function here. So const add to basket and then just create it. This is the ES6 function. Now we have to set the basket, so just call it set the basket, and now we have to spread the current basket. Suppose if we have already add the products in the basket, and now we have to spread their basket and add the new basket, add the new item that we created here. So just type, okay, wait a second, here, okay, we don't want this function in home.js, we want that function in cart.js. So just go to there and copy this. Now we spread that basket here and add the new item that we want, like this image, title, price and rating. Now we add that image product here. This means we spread the icon. Suppose, let's understand it. Suppose we have the basket item, current basket of, let's understand this, current basket of 3 products here. Now we have to add this basket. Now using set function, set basket here. Now with the help of this spreader, we spread these 3 products here. we spread these products here and add the new one using this. This is the spreader, means these three dot means this is the spreader operator. This three dot means spreader operator. It spread the basket in a new array. Understand? So this thing, it spread these three product in this new array and add this new product. That's it, guys. We done this here. Now save it. Now assign this add to basket to this button. On click add to basket and save it. Now go to app.js and console it here. Console.log basket. Okay, do it in a great way. Basket and then basket and save it. Now just go to console, inspect console. You can see the initial basket array is having 0 items in it. But whenever we click on the function or add to cart, it increases. It adds the one product which price is 349 and rating is. Again, I add another product. You can see the product increased. You can see the another product having 299 price is seen now. Okay, the add to cart button is now working. Now you can see it doesn't display on it navbar. So for that, just go to navbar, home.js, and pass this basket to navbar also. Just type basket and then basket and save it. Now go to navbar, import that basket here, save it, and just go to basket button and type basket dot length and save it. As you can see, the length appears. As the current length of the basket is 2, it appears 2. And again I add the product, it appears 3. Again I add the product, it's appear 4. Understand? This is the thing that we can do to add a product in a basket using passing the prop, means passing the data through props. But this is not the convenient way to do these things. For this, React Context API is the best way to do. As you can see how much we have to pass this basket to all of the component in our app. Suppose first of all we have to pass this basket to home component, then from home component we have to pass this basket to nav component, and then again we have to pass this basket to card component. So there is lots of passing. So to avoid this thing, we have to use React Context API. So how we can achieve that thing? So create a file in the source folder, name state provider, and this thing, whatever we type in this state provider, just save it, or create another file called state provider and put it anywhere in your system, because it is reusable. You have to just copy this thing when in your computer anywhere, because this is the reusable code. Just go to state provider and just type as I type. And remember, this is from the documentation. You have to not worry about how this work and how we have to use these things. This is only copy paste from documentation. So just remember it. So import. Okay, import React and then create context, use context, and use reducer. from React and save it. Okay, now we have to create a context here. So just type state context is equals to create a context. And React context API is a similar thing like a database, which having a database. React context API is a thing like it's having a personal database in our app. Understand? Inside our app. Okay, personal database. So create a context and then we have to create a state provider here. Don't worry guys, this is a copy from documentation, so just copy it or type as I type state provider, and then we have to type reducer initial state and children, and then arrow function, and then state context dot provider, and inside that provider just children and value equals to use reducer and then just type reducer and initial state and save it. So this is the state provider that we want, and remember, just you need to copy this. Don't worry about this thing. I am also not understanding what is this, but I just remember how to use this thing. Okay, now we have to wrap our app, this app with app to this state provider inside index.js. So how we wrap? Just go to index.js and import state provider from our source file, state provider, and wrap it here just as this state provider and save it and wrap our app with state provider. Now we have to pass initial state here. So just go to initial state and we have to create this initial state. So first of all, we have to create that initial state here. So now just go to source. હું સર નહીં માં કોમ ચાલુ છે જજો. And we have to create the initial state here in and sorry. Now here we have to here we have to pass the initial state and reducer to this state provider. And now for that we have to create the initial state and reducer function here, and we have to create it in a new file called reducer.js. okay, now we have to create this reducer.js file, and now here we have to create initial state. So just export const initial state Remember, you have to just copy this. Here the initial data that you want. Suppose here we want basket as an empty array. Initial state must be empty. Initial basket must be empty. Okay, so initial state having a data basket as an empty array. Now we have to create a reducer here where we want to add data to this basket array. Reducer is the mechanism where everything works. Suppose you want to add the product, then call the reducer. It add the product inside this basket array. So just here const reducer is equals to, it has the current state and an action. That suppose you want to add the product, the action means action is here add to basket. Okay, so whatever action you want, and then function. So first of all we have to display that action here. So action console.log action, and then just simply type action. Okay, now switch. Here we want to use a switch statement. Switch. So whatever action you has, action.type, according to that we have to create the different cases here. Okay, suppose case 1 which we want to add to basket. So suppose you want to add basket, you have to just type this case or action and then return. Here the mechanism that works. So return, spread the current state, and then user not basket is equals to spread that current basket here. This is the confusion thing here. Spread the basket and add the new item. So action.item. Understand these things here. Here we have spread the basket here. Suppose here we have to also provide a user also. So just type here user, and initial the user must be null. So just type it here user null in the initial state, and then we have to spread this state here in this return statement. We all spread this return statement, and inside this return we have to modify the basket. Okay, so just type basket, and then we have to spread the current basket element. Suppose we have already added the element in the basket, then we have to spread that items here, and then we have to add the new item. So this is the new product. Understand? First of all we have to spread the whole state, then we have to modify the basket element, then we have to spread that basket and add a new element. So this is the complicated thing that I first observe here. So you can also observe it, but while you are practicing it lots of time, you understand how it works. Okay, and then we have to type a default statement here also. So default return a state. So that might be some error here, and okay, we have to just pass it here. Again we have observed, okay, we have to place it inside the switch statement. Okay, then it works. Okay, now we have to export this, export default. This reducer means this engine of our app. yeah, what's happening in reducer and save it. So in small words, the initial state is the initial state of our database. Here state is the database of our app. Reducer is the engine. Suppose you have to add the user, then you have to create a case to add the user. Suppose you have to remove the user, then you have to add a case or create a new case to add the remove the user. Understand? Okay, now we have already we have done with the initial state and the reducer. Now we have to pass that reducer and initial state to this state provider. So initial state from reducer and similarly reducer from reducer and save it. So everything works fine here now. I think okay, it works perfectly fine. Now go to app.js and remove this basket function. Remove this props to basket function. Go to home.js. Remove this basket. Remove this basket. Remove this basket to all the card function. Now we don't need these things. Now we have to simply import the basket from our initial state. Now simply to add product. Okay, wait a second. What's happening here? Why the heck is this error appears? Okay, go to card.js, remove this thing, state provider, card.js, and remove this basket and this thing also, and save it. So why the error appears? So what's the error? Cannot read the navbar.js. Similarly, remove this. Remove this basket also and save it. Now everything's work perfectly, and simply just provide here 0 as a default value. Okay, so everything works perfectly nice here. Now just simply go to card. Now we have to simply import the card. Simply here we have to use simply word. Okay, so everything works perfectly nice or not, I have to just check it. Go to state provider, use state value, use context. So here go to state provider. Okay, understand, I have mistaked here. We have to export here a new thing to access this data. Okay, so const use state value is the function to access the context that we have just created now, and then just type state context. That's it. Now if we want to use this state, or sorry, React context API that we have just created now, okay, that we have just created now here, as you can see, suppose here you have to use this state. You have to use where this use state value. So for that, just go to card.js. Just go to card.js and here type const, and then this is the structure to access the state inside the inside the context API that he have just created. So here basket, okay, we have the basket and then the dispatch. Suppose you have here dispatch is a function in the React context API to provide or to dispatch the data to the state, means it transfer the data from the card to the state. Understand? So dispatch is the function that transfer data from the component to the context. Context means React context, our database means private database. And for that just type use state value, and then we don't want everything. We get the basket, okay, we get the basket, okay, here add to basket. Now we have to create a function here, add to basket. So just type add to basket and simply create it using ES6 snippet. Now here in parentheses just type, and then here type e.prevent default, means to prevent refreshes here whenever we click on that button. Okay, now dispatch is a function. Now we have to dispatch the data, and dispatch provides a object in it, and we have to type which function you want. Suppose here we want to add to basket, just type add to basket, okay, and then just type item. So here we want to provide title, price, image and rating. So we want to pass these things to the state provider, okay, or our React context API. So wait a second, I have to okay, now just save it. We get the basket. Now we have to dispatch the item to the basket, and for that just go to, or here in card.js, console it to see the result. So console.log, just type it basket, and then simply basket. So this thing is very complicated to understand, but it is very useful in the future use cases, or it's very important to understand. If you have understand the React context API perfectly, then you have to it is very easy to learn Redux, and Redux is very important to learn in React development program. Okay, just save it, and now console it to see the result. Go to console, as you can see the error display array is empty, basket array is empty. Now just add to cart, and you can see the card appears, the action is appear. Okay, so how this works now, let's understand it. Okay, so first of all we have to split the right. Okay, now whenever you click on this add to basket button, add to basket, and this add to basket functions run. So it dispatches the data, then it go to the dispatch with these type of data, the type and the item. So dispatch provide this data to this reducer, and then reducer check the action. So here action is the these things, action is this thing, action is the data that we transfer from the component and the reducer. As you can see, whenever I click on this, you can see the action, it's the data type, add to basket, and the item in it It's the type and item. As you can see, this is the type and the item. Means action is the data that we transfer from the component and the reducer. Okay, then it display here, then it go to the switch statement, and then inside the action it check action, the action type. Here the type is the add to basket, then it runs this basket, this function or this case, add to basket case. Suppose there's a different case here, case for set user, and return the state, current state. For example, in the simple words, suppose you have to run this, suppose you have to add the user or set the user, just you need to run or change the type with set the user. Okay, so this is the dispatch function. Dispatch function provides or transfer data from the component to the reducer or this reducer function. Understand? It's very complicated to understand. Okay, now everything works perfect. Now go to this, make it small, and okay, now everything looks perfect. Now here similarly we have to import the basket here. Just simple const the structure for React Context API, then use state value. It's appear, not appear, then we have to import it from the cart, use state value, and then just copy it here. So basket appear. Now just go here in the basket corner, basket button, and just type basket, then length, and as you can see here the nothing is there in the basket, but whenever you add the basket it appears. So this is the React Context API. It will use to avoid passing data from component to component, and it's very cumbersome, it's very complicated to understand. If something wrong with your app, then it create errors in each and every component if you use passing data using props. But if you use React Context API, it's very useful in future. It's very useful to understand Redux, and it's very easy to access. Now to access that basket, you just need to type this line only, and then you can access that basket each and every component of your web app. Suppose here we have to use this basket in checkout page also. So how we can do that? So first of all, we have to create the checkout page here. So just create it in checkout.js, and then just go to type RFCA. Oh, wait a second, it's too slow. Okay, now you just here call paste, you just need to type const, then basket is equals to use state value, and then save it. And after that, just go to console.log and then type checkout, and then go to this basket, print it. Okay, that's it guys. This line only, then you can access each and every component or each and everything of state, only state. Okay, now we have to create a route here in app.js for our component sorry, checkout page. So just type the path, wait a second, then slash checkout, and then element checkout component, and then save it. Now we have just created that checkout page. Now go to navbar. So whenever we click on this checkout button, we navigate to that checkout page. So for that, just go to navbar and navbar. So for that navigation, we have to use navigate. We have to use navigate from React router DOM. So just type navigate is equals to use navigate of React router DOM, and then go to basket button and type on click. So whenever we click on this button, we have to navigate to checkout. So this is the thing for navigation in our app. So navigate to checkout. Okay, so first just we have to add some product. Again, we have to refresh this page, then go to add to cart, add some product. Here you can see the counter change, and I click on it and I navigate to that checkout page. And now as you can see here in, sorry, not this thing, in checkout.js, we declared basket here. So you can see now in console, the basket for particular checkout.js is appear now having 4 products in it. So from this you can say, with the help of React Context API, you can use state in each and every component of app, in each and every component of a, mark my words. And this is the efficient way to do this thing. Okay guys, now in the next video we are going to see how to create this checkout page. You can remove this product also, you can see the subtotal, and then we have to create this checkout page which is responsive also. Okay, so in the next video guys, we have to create this checkout page. So thank you for watching guys. If you like my video, please subscribe, like and share with your friends also. Thanks for watching.